Hello, and welcome to Seniors Count. I'm your host, Tula Mall. On our show, we believe that you are the foundation on which Boston was built. So our goal is to connect you to resources, benefits, and information to enhance your life. Thank you for joining us. Today, we welcome filmmaker Joseph Goncalves. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so excited. So tell us, how long have you been, so you've been writing, producing plays, acting, and filmmaking. How long have you been doing all this? You're very young.
Yeah, so it all started with acting. I started acting in high school in the 7th grade. So I've been acting for about 11 years now. And then my senior year of high school, which is 2010, I started writing and directing. So I've only been writing, directing for 6 years, but filmmaking in general for 11.
Okay. What was it that inspired you to go that route? I mean, what excites you about it? What's your interest?
Well, to be honest, I was shy at first, and then my brother tried out acting at first, and then I went to the first production, and I was like, well, I could see myself doing this. So then the next year I auditioned, and then from there it just sparked something in me that I wanted to do this. So.
How did you transition from like being basically in front of the camera to behind the camera? Did you find that difficult?
It was a natural shift. When I discovered writing, I discovered that I was really good at it. And I think when you're behind the camera, you have more of an opportunity to give other people opportunities than you do in front of it. Okay. And I found myself more comfortable writing and directing than I did acting.
Interesting. So currently you are most invested in filmmaking,
yes.
Right? Why? I mean, of all these different things.
I would say I'm most invested because I can't see myself doing anything else.
Okay.
I mean, at first I wanted to be a teacher, but then I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that anymore. But I find myself so invested because there's so many stories that need to be told in the world. And I feel like the only way they're going to be told is if you tell them. So that's where I became invested, and learning from my mentors really inspired me to tell my story. So that's where I am kind of now in my life with my.
How do you find filmmaking different than, I guess, producing plays, or what's the difference when you write for a film versus writing for a play? How's it?
Well, writing for a play, you're writing for a live audience.
Yep.
Where for filmmaking, there's so many takes you go through before you get it perfect. So I would say a play, you have the opportunity to mess up. You have an opportunity to get that energy from the audience. Okay. Where if you're on set, you're acting for maybe 30 people in a room, and they're calling cut, it's hectic. So I would say there's a huge difference for me as far as I'm more prepared, I would say, when I'm on stage than when I'm in front of a camera.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And you like filmmaking more because of the fact that you get the chance to have those takes more often,
yeah.
or?
Well, I like both, but I
Okay.
find being around a camera can be more stressful.
Oh.
Just because depending on how many setups there are in a scene, or how many people there are in a scene, or how long it is, it could really depend. Whereas a play, when you go into it, you're going to be on stage for 2 hours, and that's it. So.
And you get the immediate reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's the long-term practicing and all that.
Yeah.
But then once you show the play, there's the immediate reaction.
Yeah.
That must be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I'm imagining. So I know you're working on something now. Tell us, what is the film you're working on now? Describe it a little bit.
Well, the film I'm working on now is Dirty Laundry. So it's about Jason Rosa, who is an aspiring screenwriter, who recently found out that his husband of 5 years is leaving him for a woman. And so in the story, we kind of watch Jason as he tries to pick up the pieces of his life and move on. But as you know in life, taking one step forward means taking step 10 back. So that's pretty much what the premise of the story is about. And there's a lot of characters in his life that kind of play a part of him reaching where he needs to be by the end of the story.
How long is this film?
An hour and 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the process of writing and producing a film. Like, how did you recruit actors? were you an actor? Are you directing the film? Give me some details.
So the process has to be the hardest part of the whole thing. In 2011, I wrote the first draft. I kind of came up with it, and then I hated it. Any writer hates their first draft. I completely hated it, and I said, well, what can I do to make this better? So, you go through many, many drafts, and then I said, well, you know what, maybe this is not meant for me to do. So then my best friend, who was also a screenwriter, he's incredibly brilliant, his name is Thomas Mason. I said to him, well, what do you think you can add to the story? And at first he said to me, Joseph, I can't help you with this, I have my own stuff to do. And then I said to him, well, what if I switch the story like this? And he's like, oh, well, I like that. And then I guess we just kind of came to the same page where it's like, okay, I can help you with this. So we started writing and brainstorming, and it took us 3 months to write the final version of the script. And then from there you go to casting, which I think is the hardest part because, you write and you envision a character and you want to find the right person to bring it to life. So I would say casting was the hard part, and after we casted, we went into pre-production, which is like finding your crew, camera, boom operator, script supervisor, assistant director, makeup, hair, costuming. So that took about a month and a half to find, and then over 14 days in July, we shot the film. And then now it's still in the editing processes. I'm almost done.
So I know that you've cast before on Facebook. There's a Facebook page for casting actors, right?
Yeah.
But as far as all these other pieces, you being so young and new to I guess relatively new to that world, what's the network like? How do you find boom operators and makeup? How do you find all that?
So I did something crazy in this film. Not only did I direct, but I was behind the camera, actually operating the camera, which I will never do again. But as far as like basically what I do is, I think what I find easy is finding students who are in school who want the hands-on experience, usually Emerson or BC, and usually you can find those on Craigslist. I know some people have Craigslist, but there's like a talent page you can find. And basically from there, if you have the passion and you have the drive, then
you're interested in them.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how I found them. And then I have 2 friends who are also filmmakers who helped out as well.
So you have personal relationships with people.
Yeah.
I want to backtrack just a little bit. So you said that you started kind of in this world in high school, but did you study this in college or?
I studied English.
Which is where you wanted to be a teacher.
Writing. Yeah. Okay. Well, at first I wanted to be my freshman year. I guess that's like your experimental days when you find out what you really want to do. And then I took a writing course and I said, okay, I want to be a writer. So my major was English.
Okay. And then actually, I'm glad you brought up writing because, screenwriting is different than regular prose writing.
Yeah.
Right? Talk to us a little bit about, because I've seen screenplays and it's very much a lot of dialogue, and then talk to me about how difficult that is or different it is than regular prose writing.
Well, we have a term in screenwriting that we call on the nose. So when you write, you want to make sure you're not saying exactly what the characters want to say. You have to have a subcontext, which I think is the hardest part of writing because you want to build a certain momentum when you're writing a script. So I guess for me, the hardest part is trying not to be too predictable. But writing, I think dialogue for me is fun just because of my personality. So the writing wasn't really that hard, but it's like, again, you want to make sure you get better with each draft and you keep people entertained.
So when you write the screenplay, from what I understand right now, so you don't actually write exactly the dialogue, but you kind of give them a general. So is there like room for improv, or is it more so people can tell me a little bit?
So every director has a different style. I allow improv on maybe the last 2 takes. I find that sometimes actors will improv and it's better than what I wrote on the script. So, and then there are some people like, you have to say what's on the page. But like, there's always room for interpretation for the actor. That's why people act, because you want to be able to get on a set and use your talent, your gift. So I would say that there is room for improv on my set at least. So.
Well, let's, so I want to talk a little bit about promotion, and part of that promotion I know is you have a trailer. What else are you doing for promotion?
Well, we also have social media pages. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we have a poster out as well as a trailer. That's how we've been promoting now.
Okay.
In the meantime, yeah.
Great. Well, let's watch the trailer.
It's just for them 20-somethings. Time will really move fast. You were just 16. This is for them 30-something that didn't turn out exactly how your mom and dad.
Thinking about doing some film festivals, some independent film distribution, stuff like that.
Why do you know all this? I'm very impressed, son.
You never asked.
Well, I guess I gotta get my outfit picked out for the red carpet. My gonna be fresh.
Who said you weren't about it? Shade.
Forget both of
That's
y'all.
what you young people call it these days.
The team pick on me, huh?
I'll never say that again.
Whatever.
Stop your kid and tell me what's going on. It's a good day out. I'm finally not stressing for once and I just feel good. Is that okay with you? Why her?
Excuse me?
Why her and not me?
Jason, I refuse to sit here and watch you destroy your life over a man. You need to get your revenge and move the hell on.
I get it. You're mad, so what? I have to go home to my wife. It's pizza night. Get out, Harry!
But you need to stop looking for happiness in the same place that you lost it. Wait for your blessing.
Blessing? I was married, Rose! God was my blessing. It is not every day that you see two African American gay men who are in love and married. That is a blessing. What about everything we've been through? Practically ruined my relationship with my mama for you. And this is how you repay me?
You gotta put them childish things away and become a man. I mean, your marriage is over and no love lost there. And now you gotta think for yourself.
Everything you've done for me? What about everything I sacrificed for your ass? My friendship, my relationship, my work, my time, my goals, my aspiration. Did you forget about that, or do you plan on sweeping that under the rug like you do everything else?
And on top of you call yourself a man of God. And you live this life. I don't understand that.
Behind every smile lies a dirty.
Wow, that was so emotional.
Yeah.
How do you motivate your actors? How did you get them? How did you elicit such strong emotions out of them?
Oh, well, I would say I was blessed with the really talented cast, and with the three leads that you saw at the end with their names. We went through extensive rehearsals, just because I want them to understand where their characters are coming from, and I want them to understand my vision. They can tell you that I am very specific on what I want, and we go long hours, but I think it's them that get the emotion out of themselves. Like, I can only tell you so much, but I think they really put themselves in their character's shoes, and then they're like, okay, how can I be Jason Rosa? This man just went through a divorce, and I think that's where you build the emotion.
Yeah, it was really interesting. What did you find most difficult about producing this film?
Ooh, I would say the one thing is investing the money. Filmmaking is not cheap. I went through 2 laptops editing this film.
Wow.
Just because it's like there's so much you have to hold on it. And we had a screening back in December, and we get to the theater and this movie did not play because there's like certain technical aspects that have to be on point. And I would just say the hardest part was trying to find all the money to get everything, because if you don't have the money, then it slows down the process. So we did raise some money, but whatever we didn't raise, I love what I do, so I'm like, I will invest my money and my time into my craft.
So how can people, I guess, this isn't out yet,
No.
right? Your Dirty Laundry isn't out yet.
Yeah.
You're still in the editing process.
I am.
If people, how can people stay in touch with you as far as like when it's out, where they can go watch it, that kind of stuff?
So they can go to Dirty Laundry Feature Film dirtylaundryfilm.com.
Okay.
That's the website. And then you can like us on Facebook at Dirty Laundry Film.
Great.
Yeah.
So what inspires your filmmaking? I mean, these stories, where do they come from?
Well, there are 4 people who inspire me in general when it comes to filmmaking. My mom is a huge inspiration to me. Just seeing, her dedication and her wanting me to do this. Sometimes she wants it more than I do because there have been days where I've wanted to quit and she's just motivated and said, well, this is your gift, don't give up. And then in like the filmmaking world, there are 3 people who inspire me. Mara Brocka-Kale, who is a TV screenwriter, Gina Prince Bythewood, and Patrick Ian Polk. Those are the 3 people who have really fed my soul as a filmmaker.
Because it is a long process. I mean,
Yes.
you said you started thinking about the script in 2011, we're in 2016.
Yeah.
I can imagine there are points where you're just done, I quit, you
Yeah.
know? Like it's not kind of a quick reaction, maybe more like a play, but I'm sure even those take a long time.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
You don't get the quick response. So that's very exciting. Currently, I know that you also work at the Commission on Affairs of the Elderly.
Yes.
Do you see any future storylines coming from your experience there? There's plenty of stories there.
Yeah. I love working for the commission. I would say there's definitely some interesting characters that come in. You have your people that, even if you're having a bad day, they come in and brighten it up. So I would say there's definitely some people you can pull from at the commission, yeah.
There's, I think, people, like you said, it's about telling these stories,
Yeah.
there's so many stories out in the world, and like you said at the beginning of the show, filmmaking is about sharing those stories.
Yes.
I feel like everyone's got a story, and sometimes people don't know that their story matters, right? So I can imagine that, that potentially you could find some stories there too.
Yeah, definitely.
What are your long-term goals?
Right now, I think my main goal in life is to continue to perfect my craft, or to work on it, not perfect it, and eventually become a professional screenwriter.
Nice. What steps are you taking to do that?
Well, currently, the way it works is when you finish a film, you enter into a festival circuit.
Okay.
And then at a festival circuit, basically, if they like your film, they can pick it up to distribute it. So that's like the main goal.
Okay.
And then from there, you just have people who watch your work and like it, and then you build sort of like a fan base. And from there, it's kind of like, it's a step process, you know? You have to take one step at a time. So that's what I'm currently doing now.
Have you entered films in film festivals before?
Yes,
Okay.
I have.
And so I'm assuming this will be eventually entered into something.
Yes,
hopefully.
we have 36 on the list.
Oh,
to enter
wait,
to.
you have 36
Film festivals.
Oh, film festivals. I
Yes.
thought you had 36 films on the list.
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
no, no, no,
you
no.
are busy.
No.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Wow, well, that's amazing. Are they all local, national, international?
I believe they're all in the United States, and one is in Canada.
Okay.
So I haven't gone international yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you found, so Boston wasn't really a hub for filmmaking
Yeah.
up until maybe 10 years ago, would you say? Have you found that the fact that Boston is more open now to filmmaking, there's more films being produced here, that opens up potentially your avenues for being connected to people? Or have you experienced?
I don't know if I'm just not finding it easy enough, or if I'm not looking, but I would say Boston has gotten better, but it
Yeah.
is difficult to find, yeah.
Yeah. Would you consider moving?
Yes, the
Okay.
plan is to move to LA.
Really?
Yeah.
The short term, the long term?
Long term,
Have you been to LA?
3 times. yes.
Really? What did you think of it?
It was great. I just got back actually last week.
Oh, you
So,
did?
yeah, I love it there.
Yeah. Well, the weather's definitely better.
Yes, yes, that's a plus.
So I don't know. I mean, we're pretty much at the end of our show. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your play, not your play, your film, or any, pieces of information you want to give us?
I would just say to stay tuned. From the trailer, you can tell that there's a lot going on, but when you watch the actual movie, you'll find that you're going on a journey with these 3 people, and by the end, I think your life will be changed.
Wow. So again, you have a website,
Yes.
right? What's the website again?
DirtyLaundryFeatureFilm.com.
Okay, and then you are on Facebook and Twitter and
And Instagram,
Instagram.
yep.
So people can follow you there.
Yes.
What is the projection as far as when people can expect the film to come out?
I'm hoping for April 30th, which is a Saturday.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming
Okay.
up quick.
I thought it was like a more longer term.
No, well, it was at first, but then we kind of got things together, and
Good.
we're kind of planning to do like a Periscope with the
What's
entire
that?
cast. So Periscope is kind of like a Skype. It's like a video chat
Yeah.
that you can do. So if you have like a smartphone, I think you can only use it on a smartphone. It's kind of like a live chat with the cast. So I'll
Okay.
have the entire cast in one room, and then at the end of the movie, if you have questions that you want to ask, we can answer them on Periscope. Yeah.
Cool. So the film's being broadcast online, and then
Yes.
they'll be able to talk with the cast if they'd like.
Yes.
That is really exciting. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, definitely keep us in the loop, and
I will.
want to hear more. Especially, do you have any future ideas for future films, or are you just trying to?
I actually
wrap
just
this
finished
one up?
writing my second one.
Wow.
Yes.
So
And I have a meeting today with the director of photography, so.
that's exciting.
Yep.
Well, definitely keep us in the loop, and wish you all the best with Dirty Laundry.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to watch the whole thing.
Can't wait
It's
for everyone
very
to see
emotional.
it. Yes.
All right, thank you for watching Seniors Count, brought to you by Mayor Martin J. Walsh and our Commissioner Emily Shea. To contact us, please call 617-635-4366, or you can reach us at the Mayor's 24-hour hotline at 311. You can also email us at aging@boston.gov and find us on Facebook. Take care and see you next time.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.